So continue with this book, like My Life from Bill Clinton. I read a little more this book. Like today I didn't read as much because I had some other obligations. But I still read some and I learned something from it. So continue with this career project of mine. I'm gonna continue with studying this book. Okay. Today my takeaway is I will start with this one. So after he studied at Yale and worked on the campaign of McGovern, and then he started to teach at University of Arkansas, and he said that between 1973 to 1976, when he teaches, there is around 20 black students, and they all work really hard and is in tremendous pressure. He remember once there was a student, his paper could have gotten an A because he understood this course material, but there are a lot of misspelled words, bad grammar, and poor sentence construction, so he will have to give him a B minus. But then afterwards, he offers to give him some tutor sessions, and it really helped. So that's a little session from like his teaching in the university. And then while when he was there, he meets some remarkable people, and one of them stood out to me is Carl Wheelock. He's the university vice president. So he says that at an event or something like that, when like everybody at the table, literally everyone, is criticizing President Nixon, which is like saying like later on you see like he got impeached, and then but only Carl Wheelock stood up for him and says Nixon is one of the kindest people. And Clinton was really impressed, and he feel like this is what he says. Beneath his buttoned-down appearance was a tough mind and a brave heart. So that's what he felt about this person. Afterwards, John Doerr, which just accepted to become the chief counsel for the House Judiciary Committee to impeach President Nixon and ask him for help, but he declined because he want to run for Congress because he feel like he need to step up to help this country or something like that because he experienced enough. He reflected that a lot of your life is shaped by opportunities you turn down as much as those you take up. He started to run the campaign for Congress and at the same time keep up with teaching students. So it all begins with him doing one-on-one retail politics, which is like late at night going to small towns to ask for votes. And then the next day head back to teach. So that's his life. It's like doing two things at once. So maybe because he's a little bit extroverted that he feel he really like to do the small town visit. He feel like here I will put it up to meet colorful character, hear interesting story, learn something worth knowing, make some new friends. And then so he feel like these are the benefits of going to these small towns, and at the same time he have to raise money. And then there is the first big political event of the campaign. All candidates of the federal, state, and local office were there, and the candidates have to make their speeches. When it is his turn, Clinton took the chance to try to make an impression in a 2-minute speech. He worked hard on it and put his heart into it. And while during the speech, the crowd cheered and raised to their feet when they've been like low energy for like a while already, like during this event. So that's a nice thing. And then after this event is many rallies, money raising events, more retail politics, his work for Fulbright and support for federal aid to education become one of his advantages. Something bad happened afterwards. His third dad died, so his mom married again, and he had a third dad, and then he died, and then that affected his campaign. And then during this campaign, all his team members have grown a lot. They did research on different issues, opinions, events, and histories. And then he also has some positive proposals, which I will post it here. It says fair tax system, national health insurance system, public funding of presidential election, lean and more effective federal bureaucracy, more federal education funding, creation of a federal Department of Education, incentives to promote energy conservation and solar power. So these are like some of the things that he works on for another 20 years after he got those proposals. And then he went on a lot of TV and radio ads. And one of the pretty memorable moments of the rally is that the Nixon Justice Department tried to put Democratic Sheriff of Searcy County, Billy Joe Holder, into jail. And in the end, the jury decided he's not guilty after studied about it. And then Billy drove straight to the rally like a hero home from the war. So that's a little chapter of something memorable. There's another little thing is that the 6,000 postcard they sent to political supporters are never delivered. They are found in the trash after the election. So these are some like dirty stuff during the election. And then because of all of the ups and downs and more many factors that he did not win, he lost. After he's lost, he's $40,000 in debt, which will take him a while to pay back. That's the price to run for this campaign for the Congress. And then, but he feels much better when Hillary invited him to a big band university dance, and he danced, and then he felt much better. Yeah. But he's still thankful. He think back, he believed that Toulouse helped him become more mature and then also give him a chance to enjoy the great Arkansas years for another 18 years. So that's what I learned today from this book. Keeping tuned for my next study of this book.